Yeah, Chicago Bears have lost 6 in a row. However, I got to think that on some level you must be feeling pretty good about it. Like give me your, for those of you who don't know, Big Cat's a diehard Bears fan. And I think this is something that every NFL fan that watches or listens to the show can relate to. Where kind of are you right now with your beloved Bears?
Okay, so it's been an interesting season. Justin Fields is the guy. He is truly, I feel confident in his growth and what he's shown and what he can become more than any quarterback. I don't want to say Bears history, but pretty much. Like this is a guy who's different than everything we've ever had. But at the same time, losing is good this year because you want that draft pick, especially if you're going to trade and get a lot of draft capital for it. So it is a very weird situation to watch these games, be legitimately excited about watching Bears games for the first time in a long time, because that's how exciting Justin Fields is. But also at the end of the day, like, want to lose the game. So it's been a fun season, weirdly, even though it's a 3-10 team. There's been a little frustration, but yeah, at this point, I think they got to lose to stretch out. And I have something for you, Ross. So this Bears-Eagles matchup is a personal catastrophe matchup for me. Okay. You know that I'm not a great gambler. Everything usually goes wrong for me whenever I'm gambling. My beloved Bears going against Eagles. I have a Super Bowl ticket for the Philadelphia Eagles to win the Super Bowl at 22-1. I'd win $200,000. $200,000. I need the Eagles to get the 1 seed. I need the Bears to lose out to get a better draft pick. If the gambling gods treat me like they've treated me my whole life, the Bears will win this game.
That is unbelievable. Well, I can tell you, the Eagles are ridiculously good. Yeah, I grew up outside of Philly. I do their preseason games and pregame. It's the best Eagles team I've ever seen. Now, they might not win it, but like they're good at every position. Like everybody's good. It's unbelievable how everything has come together at the right time. That's funny. So basically, like the Bears losses to the Dolphins, I think it was like 35-32, or the Lions. That's like ideal for you right now. Like make it close, have great plays, show that we're almost a good team, but still lose at the end.
Yeah. Like I would like the perfect loss. We haven't gotten the perfect loss because I would like Fields. Like there's been a couple times where he's had an interception late. It's like, I'd like to see something, but there's also been guys dropping balls. The perfect loss is for the Bears to like be in one of those back and forth games. And then at the end of the game, be down like 2, Fields drives for like a chip shot field goal, does his job. And then we miss the field goal. That's like what I'm rooting for every single week. So it's like
basically like the
he did. Yeah.
Basically like the double doink type situation.
Yes.
All over again.
Not to bring up bad memories, but yes.
That was the last time the Eagles played in Chicago. Where does that rank? Because that was Trubisky was looking good. It was Nagy's first year. I imagine you were like really excited. Like, okay, Mitch is the guy. Nagy's the guy. We have a home playoff game. Trubisky's taking us down the field. We're going to get a playoff win. That has to be pretty high in like the Big Cat disappointment rankings.
It was significantly high because I truly do think that 2018 team could have gone to the Super Bowl. Their defense was that good. Remember, the Rams go to the Super Bowl to play the Patriots. The Rams had come to Chicago early December and got the doors beaten off of them. They scored like 6 points, just suffocated that Rams offense. So that was a really, really hurtful experience because I really did think that Bears team was good enough to make a run and carry, and that defense was good enough to carry them to the Super Bowl.
2 quick ones. Are the Bears really moving out of Chicago? And how do you feel about that?
I hope so, because, all right, so I don't want to go, I could talk about it for like hours, but Soldier Field's a dump. It's a beautiful place in terms of the proximity to the lake. It's great for the skyline, all that. In terms of the actual facility, it's a dump. It's the smallest stadium in the NFL by far. the lines are long. The parking is difficult. There's not a ton of parking. The tailgate, like if you don't have a parking spot, you have to basically, go from the South Loop and walk like a mile to the stadium. The whole thing is not good. And the Bears don't own the stadium. They don't own the stadium. The city of Chicago owns the stadium. So I think what's going to end up happening is Virginia McCaskey, as she gets up there in age, hopefully she lives forever. If she passes, I think the family is not going to, they're going to want their piece of the pie, not have to have everyone just still carry the Bears. They're going to sell the team. No owner in the history of the NFL is going to want to buy a team that the city owns the stadium. They want their own stadium. So I think Arlington Heights is going to be a great spot. And it's going to, at some point, the Bears have to start acting like a real franchise. And that point is like 50 years ago. They were thinking about moving out of Soldier Field 50 years ago. So it's long past due. They did a renovation in it was like 01. That didn't, they just put a Band-Aid on it. It's not a good stadium and it's not a good turf, and the city owns it. They need to come up with the times and own their own stadium.
Well, I know I'm not the first person to say this, but it really does look like a spaceship landed on top of Soldier Field. It is bizarre. I don't know what the logic was there, but it's wild.